This is Voice to Culture, a podcast for the modern day confused citizen.
Hey, we're back with another episode. I'm your podcast host, Helen.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Carolyn.
Happy New Year! It feels very weird to say that because 2020 has been a very long year and it's felt like one giant blob of a year. And I feel like time doesn't exist anymore. But since the year is coming to an end, we thought it would be fun to recap 2020 and share our New Year's resolutions for 2021 in this episode. Spoiler alert, probably not much would change, so yikes.
Why don't we each go around and kind of share our thoughts for 2020 and then also our plans for 2021. So Helen, you can start.
Okay, 2020. What an interesting year. Okay, so a lot of people have obviously I feel the same way where this year has been very tough, and I think I've seen people talk about how oh my god, why is there so much racial injustice and stuff. But I do want to bring up that this year was also very important because it got people to kind of wake up and see how bad things really are. I don't know. It was a good wake up call. Even though yes, this year was so tough and there's a lot of hurting and everything. It was important for learning, and I think it helped that we were in quarantine. That we everyone just sat down and I don't know, learned more about themselves and learned more about the world in general. And 2020 was a bad year, but I mean, there were some good things, Voice of Culture, this wouldn't have happened without this year because we started it this year. Obviously, the big thing is COVID. COVID is the worst thing ever, but we just all just need to stay home, stop being so selfish for a while. And yeah, I don't know. What else is there? Many celebrity deaths. That was really sad and hard. And just not even just celebrity. There's a lot of due to COVID in the US, there's about 333,000 deaths, which is so horrible with the way that we're handling it here. And this isn't gonna magically end once 12 o'clock hits. So yeah, we need to continue to follow COVID-19 guidelines and wear a mask, stay inside, just wait until all this is over. The vaccines are out. A lot more people are getting vaccinated, which is really good. This year, COVID isn't gonna end, so just because this year's ending doesn't mean we get to go out and party all of a sudden because it's really bad here, unlike other countries. But
honestly, yeah, I think 2020 has been one of my worst years. I think it is the worst year because it's not only the pandemic. There was a lot of stuff going on for my situation, and yeah, but honestly, looking at the positives, the environment has gotten much better because there's more people staying inside and stuff, and because of the people that are actually following the protocols. And I feel I have been drifting off from my friends and stuff, but I think I've also met and grown closer with other people as well. All in all, it was still pretty bad, but it was the holidays and stuff doesn't even really seem like the holidays, and yeah, and I'm hoping 2021 is gonna be better. It's probably not, but yeah.
Like Helen and Michelle, I also agree that 2020 was really bad, especially as a student with distance learning. I felt even more detached from my fellow peers and my teachers, and I feel I've been just taking it that day by day, and I'm just trying to I don't feel I'm looking forward to the future. I'm just trying to make it till the end of the day. So I'll worry about it now, and then future problems I'll worry about in the future, if that makes sense. It's just been kind of sad because I feel very isolated, which is true because I haven't been talking to people because I've been staying at home aside from necessary travel. But I also agree with Helen that this is an important year for bringing a bunch of topics into light, like affirmative action and the Black Lives Matter movement, and talking about LGBTQIA plus rights. I just think that now more than ever, our country is pretty divided. We're at a conflict. I feel we've always been split apart, and we've never been unified. But I feel it's been amplified because of COVID-19. If that makes sense. And I think now more than ever, it's important to unify under a cause, and like we need to stop pointing fingers. We can't make wearing a mask or like pushing public safety as a political thing, because now the U.S. is #1 in COVID cases, and especially in like California. Now it's like in the purple zone, which is crazy. Like it's just started in March, and now we're already approaching 2021. So I feel like it's really important to care about other people, America. Like it's you don't have to be selfish. So I really hope that like 2021 gets really. Like, I'm so used to saying 2020, but now it's 2021. But um, yeah, I hope 2021 gets better, and that we take a step back from getting caught up in the moment and we start thinking about what really matters.
I just wanted to echo what Amy, Helen, Michelle were saying, that this year has been, and for what? We all thought coming into January that 2020 was going to be our year. We were going to finesse it. And then we thought we were going to get drafted for World War III. And then you got stuck in quarantine for like a month. And then it became 3, 5. And now it's for forever long that we need to stay inside for. Because I remember while I was quarantining inside my home, and so were many other people, there were still some people going out. And it's just so annoying because I still see it on my page when people are going out and they're like, oh, well, I wore a mask or I got tested, but you shouldn't have been out in the first place. Then those tests could have been given to other people who actually need it, essential workers. And that's just what gets me annoying, because I'm turning 18 this year and I was supposed to take my driver's test, but of course, because of COVID, like the DMV is closed and stuff, and so my appointment was rescheduled, and I just like, what's the point of turning 18 anymore? I can't vote, I can't do this, I can't. Ugh! Anyways, I digress. Aside from all of the negatives of 2020, there are some silver linings. So obviously, again, us starting Voice to Culture probably would not have happened if we didn't stay in quarantine. I think this year has also taught us to definitely reflect, but also take action in how we want our lives to continue, because there's likely not a chance that we're going to go back anytime soon. So any plans we have that requires in-person contact, so like working out and stuff and traveling, it's going to have to be put on hold. But the way we react to it and how we control how we react to different environments is going to be what's important to maintaining our sanity. I feel like this year, even though it's definitely unconventional, I've been really able to adapt to certain aspects. So aside from academics and grades, I feel like I really got to explore my interest and also just go out there and not be afraid to talk to people. I used to be like very shy and I'm like, oh, what if they don't like me? What if they think I'm awkward? And to this day, I still feel like they think I'm awkward. But the difference is I don't let my fear of people judging at me stop me from, going out there and putting myself out there and really getting to know more about the world. Because if you just constantly live in fear, you're not going to be able to accomplish your dreams. And to me, that's even more scary than always staying at home and watching Criminal Minds. Although that is a good show. You gotta think long term,
Go watch Criminal Minds.
Yes, Spencer Reed, yes.
Yeah, I think I agree with all of you guys. And I think everybody can agree that this year has been hell on earth. Just like at the very start with like what Kelly said with the World War III scares, and like just all throughout this whole year, it's been something bad happening every single month. And it's just very draining for everybody. And with the whole pandemic, I think COVID really brought out the worst and best in people. Worst being the hate crimes against like the minorities, Asians, for assumingly bringing the coronavirus over here and stuff, and like African Americans, and just like there was a lot of xenophobia and a lot of just hate against minorities that really just all stemmed from like fear. It just really goes to show how much fear can impact people and how they can bring out the worst. But COVID also, like on the positive side, brought out like the best in people, like Amy and Helen said, with the BLM movement and just everybody gathering together to fight for what's right, stand up against social inequality. Yeah, it's just really nice to see how big the movement has grown this year. It was already pretty big like previous years, but I think this year we made the biggest impact. It's just something that we should be proud of, and Yeah.
I think also being in quarantine again, like Carolyn said about like bringing the best and the worst out of people. I just wonder if everything had like stayed the same, like everything that happened this year still happened except for the pandemic, and if we were still in school. Just wonder how many people I would be finding in school. I just wonder like if there would have been any like serious conflicts between like people if we were in school and like everything else stayed the same. Like, oh, and how many people wouldn't wear masks?
A lot of people don't wear masks at our school,
Yeah.
I swear. And like I would like look at their
Yeah.
stories and stuff. Like almost half of them would not be wearing masks, and they would be like in a
Mhm.
whole group of people, and they'll be like, "Oh my god."
Exactly. Oh, and the thing about what Kelly said was like, we wore masks, we got tested. I'm like, that doesn't that wasn't necessary. Like, there's so many people traveling. They're like, oh, but we're all safe. We all like got tested before and after, and quarantine after. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, but that still wasn't necessary for you to travel and like go out. So
Yeah, we can't justify going out and like exposing other people to the virus just because you got a test.
also, false positives and negatives are a thing. So
2021?
okay. 2021. I'm hoping that 2021 is better because at this point, like, we need some light in our lives, man. Like, the bar really is on the floor. Like, there's so much, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, really, really hoping it's better than 2020 because it was so bad. But, like, I'm not trying to jinx it and say that, like, anything can be better than 2020 because the universe is funny and proven it. Like, literally this entire year, we've always been like, oh, it can't get any worse than this. And then it gets worse. So let's just hope 2020 is better. With the vaccines and everything, I'm really hoping that like things will go back to, I wouldn't say normal, but like we can go out again because I'm a very social person and this year has been very difficult because I need like social interactions, like been very difficult. And like, obviously I miss everyone. So I just want to go out and like hang out with my friends, like even like the simplest things like we can't do anymore. So yeah, hopefully like all that will be resolved with like vaccines and everything, and we get to like hang out with everyone again. Yeah, because like one of the like main things I've been missing from 2020 is obviously like social interactions and the whole like thing. Like I can't make new friends. It sucks. Like I can't like really like get closer to people that like I not close with, especially like in class and stuff. Like dude, breakout rooms suck. Like, I can't. And yeah, so I'm missing that part, but I'm just hoping that like things will be better and then we can start hanging out with people again and like have some more serotonin in our lives because this is not good. Resolutions, I don't know. I think be more active because I've been a slump at home every day this entire year. I don't know what else. Oh, okay. Pray that I get into a good college. I swear to God, that's not a New Year's resolution, but like, please, good colleges, please just accept me. And yeah, just like hopefully, have a good college experience, have fun this summer. Hopefully, like everything, COVID will be gone this summer, and hopefully, I can like, do what I want to do with my friends and like travel because I love traveling and we have not been able to do that this year. So travel with my friends, have fun, have a good college experience, and I don't know what else. Yeah, I'll let everyone else talk.
Okay, so like Helen said, I can't wait for like us like vaccine to come, so then we could finally like maybe we could have like our senior activities or something. And like I'm really looking forward to like I mean I'm also dreading at the same time, but I'm also looking forward to like going to college and stuff and maybe like like branch out and like have a more independent life. I think all of us are going to college, so then like, yeah, it's gonna be like much more different. So I'm gonna hope it's gonna be like on a more positive side. And yeah, I hope I get to work out and like, exercise and become healthy more. So when the pandemic is gone, we should like work out together and stuff.
I'm gonna voice the culture workout. We
Yeah.
should
Oh my
make
god,
a
we could do
video
like runs
our
and
workout
stuff.
routine. Yeah, we like run for like 1 minute. We're done. That's our workout routine.
Oh, like speaking of voice to culture workout, like hopefully if and only if the COVID vaccine gets released and like the number of cases start to dwindle and like grouping is allowed, I hope that we could record an episode in person for once.
Yes,
That would
I
be
don't know if
awesome.
people know this, but we have never like officially like actually met as a team to record an episode. Everything has been
Yeah.
over Zoom.
Yeah, we've done
Yeah.
like ever since like we started in April, everything has been done virtually and like we haven't seen each other it's kind of sad.
It's still a pretty big accomplishment though, you know, because like it's like we did all this, like especially like during the coronavirus, you know.
For me, for 2021, I really hope that the number of cases goes down and that small businesses could like open again because like a lot has been closing and like the homeless rates continue to skyrocket because like everybody's losing their jobs and like big corporations are spending so much money while like these businesses are closing down and like there's nothing they can do about it and like the stimulus package don't really do that much either. So I really hope that these small businesses can open up again and like more people are back in business and working and like yeah, just helping the economy because it's really bad right now. Like, I don't care what Trump says, it's really bad. And um, for me personally, I hope that like when the vaccine is distributed to everybody, I really hope that we can at least have a grad ceremony, something for this year, because like all our senior events have been canceled. So really hope we can celebrate with like a ceremony or something like that and not over Zoom. And yeah, I'm also really excited and scared for college. Excited because like I really want to like experience something new. I've been living here for 10 years about, I think. So it would be really nice to like experience something new. But I'm also scared because I'm gonna be all alone and I'm scared I'm not gonna make friends. I'm just hoping that like 2021 is just overall better than 2020.
Girl, we got you. If your college friends are just flaky, just hit us up, for
Yes, oh my god. Even if we're like 50 miles away, we'll like come. Road
even if
trip.
we're
Oh my
16 hours
god.
away.
God.
And then for my second, yeah, basically what everyone is saying, like the bar is on the floor. There's not that much hope for next year, but that doesn't mean there isn't hope. And for 2021, I hope that as an adult in quotation marks, as an 18-year-old, I'll be more responsible and I guess aware of what's happening around me. So that includes, I guess, taking better care of my sleep schedule, my health, and also setting longer term goals and thinking about where do we see this podcast going? Where do we see our new projects going? What does college look like for us? Because I'm excited for college as well. I feel like I've been waiting to go and move out of this house ever since I came here, but also at the same time, like scared, like what if I can't handle it? But yeah, just excited for new changes. Oh yeah, like studying abroad. I feel like that is
Oh
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
dream.
yeah.
That yeah, right,
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. So interesting. Oh my god. Girl.
Right? Yeah. And lastly, I just want to say to those of you who might be listening, thinking like this year was already so bad, like I didn't do anything in quarantine, or I feel like my life is just passing me by. I just want to say that think back to the you 5 years ago when you feel like you're comparing yourself to other people around you, asking like, why am I not as happy as them or as successful as them? Think back to you 5 years ago and what that person wanted to be when they were older. Maybe they wanted to be a leader, they wanted to be a smarter, an athlete, they wanted to be something great. Think back to all of the accomplishments you made since then and look back. Like, you're not comparing yourself with other people, you're comparing yourself with you and your past self. And look how much you've already progressed in life and how much you're going to continue progressing in the future you and the best version of you. So hopefully you can keep that in mind when you enter the next year. So yeah. What was your favorite
Okay.
episode and why?
Favorite episode? I don't know. I'll say, okay, I just want to briefly, we need to talk about the affirmative action episode. Our affirmative action episode, that one, like all of us have changed our views on affirmative action, so that episode is not accurate anymore. If the opportunity arises, we might, speak on affirmative action more and share our updated views. But yeah, just kind of like, I guess, a disclaimer.
Yeah, after we did more like research on it and stuff, we realized that there were like other groups as well that like we should really be worrying about like affirmative action and like additionally it doesn't even like really harm us either. we should really put more focus on like other groups such as like legacies and stuff that are instead using their wealth to get into college.
And I think that episode we kind of like honestly like we spoke so much against the model minority myth, and yet I think with that episode we kind of fed into it.
We can just do a part 2 on it. Okay, I think we can just end it here then. I think our resolutions and stuff are pretty good. We can go over the episodes another time. But yeah, let's do the outro.
Alright, that wraps up our recap on 2020 and our plans for the new year.
If you're interested in what we do and want to better understand what we're about, please check out all our socials. All ads are at Voice to Culture.
If you like this episode, please give us a review or like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified every time we upload a video.
Thank you so much for listening.
We'll be back soon with another episode. Please stay safe and healthy, everyone. Bye.
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 See you
See you next year.
Happy New Year!